Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode. We are finally back. We got FLH and VITA, and we're ready to go. And we're starting off here with Phil, who is not a happy camper. He's basically been vocal in the locker room that he is not happy with the management here. I don't think anyone is, to be honest with you. And Phil McGregor is here tonight, and of course his best friend has been abducted by the manager, Darius, the director, or Darius Julio, whoever you want to call him, who has been out of control since SummerSlam. And he continues to be out of control. And we're about to hear from Phil. Hello, everyone. Phil McGregor here. And I'm here to send a message tonight. I'm tired of the tyranny that is taking place here. I'm tired of this manager. This manager has held mentally captive, and he's demanding Mike to come back, which isn't going to happen. He's also going to try to take all the titles from both brands. VITA, if you're watching, I am begging you for your help, because in the future, you're going to wish you helped us, because eventually they will make their way to you all. Mentally, couldn't even spend Christmas with his family. His family is worried that he's never going to come back. And they can't even work here because of this manager. Darius Julio, I'm calling you out. I'm not afraid of you or your goons. And neither is the roster on FLH. And Darius, oh my goodness. What a move there. Knee to the head on Phil. And he just came out of nowhere and started attacking him. We knew he was going to return this week. He wasn't here last week. Apparently he was making allies, and I will explain. We all got a letter sent to us, including me, commentator, and also the other superstars. And I'm going to discuss that letter because a lot of people are complaining this is absolute tyranny. But I got to watch what I say now, because this guy's in charge. This could happen to me if I'm not careful. Even someone like me, who has nothing to do with the ring, who doesn't pose a threat to this manager, who is completely out of control. But I am not allowed to go down to the ring and speak. And he continues to tease Phil. And he's got allies all over the place. And look here. Oh, my goodness. And Phil, I think Phil's done. He can't fight anymore.
Last week I wasn't here, and you all started a revolution against your manager. Let me make this clear. There was a reason why I wasn't here last week, because I was gaining more allies. Some allies that you don't even know about. But I have successfully gained the Hunters as my allies, and I want to make this clear to anyone. You saw what happened to Phil just now. Anyone that speaks against me gets fired. That's how it's going to go around here. You get the beating of a lifetime, and then you get fired. I am also going to say this. Melissa, Malcolm, your time as champions is coming to an end. And as for Reko, well, I'm the number one contender. Not because I was in a match. I'm the manager. I make the rules up as I go along. Anything that I say happens. So I am declaring myself number one contender without a match. And yes, I will be taking the world title, VITA. So you better be prepared. But tread lightly, because I am getting stronger every day. And I have more allies every day.
Oh my goodness, and like I said, I'm going to explain to you what's going on. We're about to have a women's championship match here. Darius is just declaring championship matches without number one contenderships. He's declared himself the number one contender for the world title. He's declaring Queen the number one contender for the women's title. Nobody earned it. Nobody earned it whatsoever. So things are getting a little crazy around here. And all the employees got a memo today saying if you talk bad about Darius Julio, if you try to go against him, you will be fired. Basically, I cannot go down in the ring and say anything negative about the man. So things are getting out of control here. And tonight he's declared if Melissa loses against Queen in this steel cage, so they put that up so no other women can get involved. And if Gorgey and Ted Led and Lurtz Nick lose tonight, they will all be fired. I mean, this is ridiculous. He is going to make a whole brand dedicated to his people if we are not careful here. But he can, I mean, he's already fired Phil. This is just out of control. But he's not going to get rid of everyone because, of course, he wants to humiliate us, torture us, do whatever he can to us. And Melissa's here tonight, and she's got a tough fight coming. So this is going to be interesting. Women's title is up for grabs. And he can Malcolm is the only one that hasn't, he's going to declare a title match on Malcolm next week. That's a guarantee. That is guaranteed to happen. Gorgey's not standing down, and I mean, he can fire anybody at any time, but there's certain people that he is going to do whatever he can to him. And he's got the Hunters now. The Hunters have allied themselves with this guy, and I wouldn't be surprised if more people do. Especially when he is in charge. They're afraid to, stand against him. And of course the Hunters, they're always a pain. So they're going to be allied with him. And this is 2 out of 3 falls. Steel cage. Queen versus Mad Melissa. Queen's allied with him, of course. And you saw Preston, Leo, and Taft, who are the tag team champions. So he's already got the tag titles. And he's going after the women's title tonight here. So he's already established the Hunters, the Warlords 2.0, and Preston and Queen on his team. He's going to establish more. He's going to have more. There's people we don't even know about that could show up. And now he's also going after Reko, which hopefully will get VITA involved in this conflict like they should have been a while back. And a kick out there. And a nice DDT there by Melissa. And of course, he has Melissa and Mentally, but Melissa's getting the fight tonight. We haven't seen Mentally, and Phil's absolutely right. He couldn't spend time with his kids on Christmas, his wife on Christmas. He couldn't spend time with any of them. She has already left. She is nowhere to be seen here. She's basically left in fear of her life. Tiffany Tyson has. So, and Gorgey and Ted Led and Lurtz Nick need to be careful tonight. They need to be absolutely careful. Because they will be in the main event. They're going to be facing the Hunters and Leo the Freak. And look at Melissa. Oh, what a move. And if she wins tonight, I mean, he can't really do nothing as long as she can hold that title. But if she loses, she gets fired. I mean, he's basically anybody that loses tonight, he is going to get rid of. Because he's out of control. That's all I'm going to say. Because if I say anything personal about him, he'll put me in the ring next. That's the last place I want to be. And, Queen's... I don't know what she's doing. There's no climbing out of this match. It is a 2 out of 3 falls. You cannot climb out. The cage is there, so none of the other women superstars can get involved. Because Darius is afraid that Melissa will get some of her friends to help her out. Queen is the only woman ally we know of that is going to be a problem. And is going to be teaming up with Darius for sure. But there's still a lot of questions. We got a lot of people on this brand who cannot be trusted. We got a lot of people in the middle. We don't know where they're going to fall. And a kick out there by Melissa. VITA seems to be like the safe haven for people with, the only person really that you couldn't trust is probably Robber Man. They already know about him, so they're definitely not going to have him on the shows anytime soon. And look at Melissa. What a nice submission here. Of course, this brand will be black and white. Until this guy is, Oh, and a nice high-flying move by Mad Melissa there. And look at Queen. Slams Melissa into the cage. And look there, what a suplex there by Queen. And now kicking Melissa in the head with her boots. No points yet, and Queen is going to high fly here. And what a move there. And a pin combo with it. And a kick out there by Melissa. And look at this submission. Oh my goodness. And Melissa tapped out. So now Queen is 1 point away from becoming women's champion. And getting rid of Melissa off this brand, which she still will be held abducted by Darius. And look here. Melissa gets a point. All right. Got the curb stomp. And what a move. Ties this one up. And look here. Kick to the back of the head. Melissa got a really good kick on the head as well, and she's going to go for the pin here. And she retains. All right. So Melissa retains, keeps her job, but she's still under this ruling. And she's not going anywhere, but at least she keeps the title, and I know Darius is not happy about that. Because this is the one title section where he really doesn't have a lot of control in. And that's kind of a good thing. And this is our main event for this brand. We got Leo and the Hunters versus Ted Led, Gorgey, and Lurtz Nick, who did a wonderful job last week. Let me just say, did a wonderful job. Gorgey, one of his best performances against I wanted to say Violent Vagrants, but that's the Robber Man's crew. But it was against the Reckless Wailing. Defeated them. Was very successful there. But tonight, they got a challenge. And it is the Hunters and Leo the Freak, who is one half of the tag team champions. And Lurtz Nick and Gorgey and Ted Led, they've already ticked off the manager. They're not on good terms with him. And I don't think they care. I don't think they care one bit of what Darius Julio thinks of them, because they're not going to put up with it. But if they lose tonight, they get fired, which is, I don't know how this is all going to work. But Melissa managed to stay alive in this new ruling that we are having taking place. And the good thing about her is, well, it's going to be hard to take her title, because we are pretty sure that Queen is the only female ally that Darius has. Now, well, actually, what am I saying? He's got his Actress 1 and Actress 2. So he can just keep on going after her title. And this guy, I mean, this is a guy who declares himself as the #1 contender. And, yeah, it's going to get out of control right now. And look at Mercury Morris with this submission. And Gorgey kicks him off. Kiki Kyle, oh my goodness, going from the turnbuckle there. What a high-flying move by Kiki. And a kick out there. Ted manages to kick out. I don't know how. That was maybe because it's early in this one, but it's rare that you see the 7'4" Hunter jumping from that high. Especially out of the ring, too. But the Hunters want to make a good impression tonight. That's what they want to try to do. Of course, those. Well, I better not say anything about anybody, because I could be in the ring next week if I'm not careful. But of course, they are not going to be allied with Ted Led and Gorgey and Lurtz Nick. Of course, they're not. They're going to choose the way of evil, is what they're going to choose. And look at Ted Led there with a nice DDT. And it kind of got broken up. And Lurtz Nick going for the pin. Not even a 2 there. And Gorgey, kick out there from Leo. And look at Gorgey with a twist of fate. And going for the pin. Oh, we got a double pin. Oh, we got 3 pins going on at once. And what is going on here? Oh, he's finally counting. And a kick out there from... And now he hasn't even went... He's waiting until he goes in the... What is he doing? They could have easily gotten a point. Look at Leo with the slam there on Gorgey. And now throwing some strikes. And one of the Hunters going for a pin, and Lurtz Nick kicks out. Gorgey going top rope here, and oh, Leo catches him. Nice, good catch there. And a kick out there from Gorgey. Ted Led going for a pin, and a kick out there from one of the Hunters. Kiki Kyle there. So this is 2 out of 3 falls. Falls count anywhere. Oh, and Ted Led with a vicious kick. Mercury Morris could have easily, he needs to go for the pin, but he couldn't because he had to break one up. He might break another one up here. And Leo going after Lurtz Nick. Some punches here. Oh my goodness, is this an RKO? Oh my goodness, RKO from the top rope. And what a crazy move there by Leo, and now he's going for the pin. And Ted Led's going to try to stop it. And wait a second. They counted Gorgey's pin. I don't think Leo realized it, but they counted Gorgey's pin. Wow, that's why Ted Led went back out. I thought for a second, I was like, what? And I was like, oh man, they're actually counting the pin outside. It's just that that move was so good that, and I don't think he realized it. So that is a point for the good guys here, which is cool to see. Kick out there. So Lurtz Nick and Gorgey and Ted Led need one more point, and they can keep their jobs and also be another thorn in Darius's side. If they can get one more point, that is. They managed to get one on one of the Hunters. Nice takedown there by Gorgey. And Gorgey going for a pin. And it's confusing me how he's counting, because I thought he had it, and apparently there was another pin taking place. I don't know what he's doing. Referee's confusing me. That's what he's doing. And Lurtz Nick going for a pin here. And another kick out. Now Ted Lead's going to try. And Ted Lead finishes it. Wow. And they win again. And this team is thriving. They're actually working really good together. They've been around for, two of these guys since SVR 2006. The other since SVR 2008. So they know what they're doing here. But I've never seen these three work together. And they have done a fantastic job. So now it is VITA time. And I'm sure Darius is going to have a response next week because that's 2 weeks in a row now. They have beat his goons. And we are starting off VITA tonight with the one, the only. And finally, we're going to hear from him. He's here. Clifford Welch, the manager. And I'm sure he's not happy about how the number one contender ship went down for the world title. He's definitely not happy. You have a manager declare himself number one contender. Like he's going to take everything. He goes after your brand, and finally this guy's going to speak out because it benefits him, not because he's a good guy. So I heard the manager over at FLH wants to take the title. I let him get by with a lot of things. Heck, I let him even abduct mentally. But there's one thing he's not going to do, and that is take the world title from VITA. That title belongs to us. So we are going to, since you want to make the rules up, I'm going to make the rules up also. I know you're not a fan of Daniel the D. So at the pay-per-view, it will be Daniel the D, Reko, and Darius Julio in a triple threat match. Since you want to declare number one contenders, I'm allowed to declare a number one contender, Darius. And you will not mess with VITA. If you lay 1 foot on this property, we will beat you like you've never been beaten. I guarantee you that. You can do whatever you want on your brand. I don't care about your superstars, but I do care about my money, my title, and my people. That's all I care about. So, choose wisely, Darius Julio, and we'll see you at the pay-per-view. Now, you have a 1 in 3 chance of winning, thanks to you running your mouth and not playing by the rules. And we got 2 fantastic matches for VITA tonight. We got X Marks the Spot versus Melissa's Asylum, 2 out of 3 falls. And I'll be able to see this better because it's not going to be in black and white. And then our main event's going to be a mixed match tag between Daniel the D and Renee versus Reko and his sister Juanita. So you got some great matchups for this brand tonight, and I can actually talk and say whatever I want, which is even nicer, because on the other brand I'm being censored. They are telling me that I cannot say anything bad about the manager. So, but anyway, we got 2 really great stables fighting each other in this one. We got Melissa's Asylum versus X Marks the Spot. I mean, you can't get any better than this. And we got 2, and what's really funny is you got both teams have a Mohawk guy. That's kind of neat. And they're kind of the same. And look at Mark Wildhawk there. What a move. Of course, Mobster X is in action tonight. That's kind of neat to see. He's teaming up with Mr. Black and Jimmy Peacock. And I guess the brothers aren't in action tonight. They were in action last week. I believe they lost the number 1 contendership. Yeah, they did, to Melissa's Asylum. So, of course, X Marks the Spot is not happy about that. They want to be the number 1 stable. And they're having a feud with Melissa's Asylum. kick out there from Mr. Black. And we're going to see who's the best stable tonight, because these two are, X marks the spot, of course, has 5 people in their crew. But Melissa's Asylum has, 3, 4 if you count Melissa, but she's not part of this brand. So the big question that I have for you all is, what do we do about the situation with the other brand? Is Clifford going to have to get more involved? Or are we going to have to bring people from the outside? I don't know what the next pay-per-view is going to be. It could be the Royal Rumble. I'm trying to think. So this is episode 18. And we still have 19, and then the pay-per-view will be 20. So, I mean, we're getting into Rumble. We're getting closer to the Rumble. We don't know if we're going to do 30 or not. There may just be 28 and then 29 and 30's WrestleMania. So, that's how it may go. So, I mean, technically 24 could be the Rumble. And after 28, it should be Mania for 29 and 30. And that's kind of the plans right now for all of the brands. 30 episodes each. So we're over halfway through. But we still have a little ways to go. Look at Mark Wildhawk trying to get a good dive in there. He missed, but crazy move. If he would have connected that, Mr. Black got out of the way just in time. Look at Wildhawk. Going for a pin. Almost had it. A kick out there by Mr. Black. And Wildhawk, look at this. Oh, what a move. A great high-flying move there. And another kick out. And, of course, this is going to be interesting. I'm sure Reko's not happy about the World Championship situation. Because we'll talk about that. Because we didn't really talk about that when Clifford announced it. So we all know Daniel the D has had a rivalry with Darius. So Clifford basically said, well, you want to say that, you're number one contender? I can make a number one contender. So now it's a triple threat match, which isn't good for Reko. Let's just be honest. That is not good at all for Reko. He has been champion for a while. He does need a big challenge. I mean, he's had a lot of challenges, but now we're talking about a 1-in-3 chance of winning. So, but Clifford is obsessed with the world title. He wants to make sure that he can keep it. I mean, he loves it more than his own superstars. So, he's allowed to put one more person in, so now it's a triple threat match. And he has a 2-in-3 chances of winning this, so 66% chance, 0.6 or whatever. Who cares about that point? But he basically has a 66% chance of winning that match and keeping that title. So that's a good strategy by Clifford. But don't think he's being nice here. He's all in it for himself. He's always been in it for himself. And the only reason he's stepping up now is because he knows that Darius is coming after him, which we warned him a few episodes ago, that eventually he would make his way to VITA. And, so Daniel the D is going to be in main event tonight with his girlfriend, Renee. And Reko and his sister are going to be facing off of him. It's going to be fun to have a mixed matchup. 2 out of 3 falls, too. Knockouts. So, I wonder if we'll get any weird knockouts tonight. We'll see. We've had some weird ones. And we've had no points out of any of this team. I mean, these teams are just crazy. And look at Brian Bobo. Mobster X breaks up the pin. Good break up there. And look at Bobo. Trying to get a good submission in there. Mr. Black punching Bobo in the ribs. Managed to break up that submission. And I mean, both teams are really good about teamwork. Both of them. Brian Bobo continues to go after Mobster X. And he almost got a 3. Look at Jimmy Peacock. Ooh, nice drop kick. Of course, we got big things coming up. I mean, AEW, we're probably going to be doing Fire Pro soon. There's just too much to cover. Nobody will listen to me, okay? You can't do all this stuff, okay? You got to live your life some. And this has been very demanding because we got... of course, I don't deal with NBA. I don't deal with David. I don't deal with none of those people. So I do get that time off, and that's nice. It's nice to get that time off. But they're probably going to hire me for Fire Pro and AEW. I mean, I'm the best. Why wouldn't they? And of course, AEW is probably set for March or around that time. And I don't know if we have a date yet. They're just keeping everybody in the dark. And Wild Hawk could not pin Mr. Black. There's still no points. As we have a ferocious match here. Everybody's outside. And Wild Hawk now going for the pin. Looks like Bobo's going for one as well. And Wild Hawk gets the pin, but they're not counting it twice. So he manages to get a pin on Mr. Black. And look at Vicious here, and Mobster X went all the way around to break up that pin. What a breakup. What a breakup by him. And what a breakup by Bobo. Jumping on that one. And Jimmy Peacock gets a point. So now it is 1-1. Next fall wins. So that is crazy. 5-star match. It's been crazy out here. And both teams have a point. And everybody's at each other. And we got Mohawk versus Mohawk finally. We need to have that match. We definitely need to have that match. And look at Mark Wildhawk. Ooh, misses that time. And Jimmy Peacock getting a point, and I believe Mark Wildhawk, both the Mohawks have gotten a point, I believe. And look at Jimmy. Oh my goodness, what a power bomb. One vicious swag there. Crazy power bomb. And Brian Bobo lifting up Mobster X. He's been after him all. And look at Mark Wildhawk just right on that submission. It's nothing but great teamwork here tonight. And what a reversal by Wildhawk. But only one team can win. Look at Jimmy landing on Mark Wildhawk and Mr. Black going for a pin on Vicious Swag. He's done it. X marks the spot wins. They overcome Melissa's Asylum tonight, and that is an impressive win by these three. They may not be the number one contenders for the tag titles, but their best three just basically taught Melissa's Asylum a lesson tonight. Mobster X is bleeding, but he doesn't care. And X marks the spot with an excellent victory here tonight. And we are heading into our main event. It is going to be a long one because it's a 2 out of 3 knockout match. And we got Reko and his sister Juanita. Reko and Juanita Sanchez here. And here we go. And here comes Renee, Daniel the D's girlfriend. He has a girlfriend every 2K, basically. So Renee and Daniel's lucky. Daniel is so lucky it's unreal. He's going to get a shot at the world title. It's ridiculous. Why does Clifford not have a number one contendership? Whatever happened to the number one contendership? You have to earn your spot. On CTL, they earn their spot. On WTF, they earn their spot. Whatever happened to earning your spot? I mean, they have thrown the rules off, and Magical Love is here tonight. And this is going to be a great match. Great match, because Daniel the D has a good history with his ladies. He works really good with the ladies. So we'll see if the world champion can win this fight. And Reko and his sister. We're starting off with Juanita versus Renee. And here we go. And look at Juanita here. Oh, going after the leg on Renee. And what a move there. And here we go. This is going to be a great matchup. We haven't seen these two fight a lot. They're kind of newcomers to the brand, and they're trying to really establish them more. We're trying to establish some of these newcomers more because it's just so hard. This is just like any wrestling company. You either stand out or you don't. And the more you stand out, the more matches you get. The more successful you are, the more matches you get. So it's just like any other company. And Juanita tagging in her brother. And we're getting Reko versus Daniel here. And this is a 2 out of 3 knockout. So the men aren't going to be involved in what the women do. So it's all up to the individual. Even though this is a tag team match, it'll give you some time to rest up. But besides that, I mean, you basically got to win this by yourself. I mean, you get some resting time in between your partner. And Daniel the D doing a really good job here. Of course, I'm sure Daniel's excited that he's going to get a shot at the world title. But we all know that Clifford put him in there so he could have a better chance of keeping the title. Look at Daniel. Oh, man. Strike there. And Reko's been extremely successful on this brand. I mean, he's defeated Mobster X. He's defeated a lot of people to keep this world title. Lurtz Nick. He's had, so we're on episode 18, so he's had like 4. I mean, the first one wasn't a title defense, but I think the rest, so he's had 3 title defenses, I think. Maybe more than that, because he had Brockus. He defeated Brockus and retained that title there. And I think on episode 4, he defeated Lurtz Nick and won the title. And then he defeated Mobster X, and I'm missing a couple other people. And look at Daniel here. And look at, well, we thought Juanita was going to strike, but... And Daniel tags in Renee. And now we're getting Renee versus Juanita. So this is going to be a long match, but it's going to be a good one. Oh my goodness, Renee. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy here. Absolutely insane over Daniel the D, and the drop kick connects. Over Daniel too. Very risky move. Look at Juanita with the knee to the head. Oh, man, somebody got busted open on the other side. Looks like they are, Reko and Daniel are brawling on the other end. Yeah, looks like that's over with, but... And, I mean, it's going to be a cool triple threat match. It's going to be cool seeing... I mean, Reko is definitely going to have to get even a bigger challenge than what he's already had, proven that he's a champion for sure after defeating Mobster X and the rest of the crew. But he's going to have one of the biggest challenges is the triple threat. Now, we're going to make it elimination. That's the plan. So that way, someone doesn't get lucky. So Reko's going to have to be pinned or submitted in order to get that world title. But still, it's a 2 out of... VITA has a 2 and a 3 shot of winning that. And look at Reko here. And Juanita versus Renee now. And look at, oh my goodness, Juanita with a nice dive. Spears Renee. And what a move by Juanita Sanchez. And Reko's sister really trying to make a name for herself tonight. If she wins this match, I mean, so far she's been in that situation where, a lot of siblings are, where, especially if you're a famous sibling, where the only reason you're here is because of your brother or your sister type of scenario. And she hasn't really won a lot of matches. She's been impressive, but she hasn't really stood out yet. But this is a good opportunity especially if she wins tonight. And here comes Daniel. So now we're getting Daniel versus Reko again. Still no points scored. We probably shouldn't have did a 2 out of 3 on this, but that's what we've been doing. Thank you, 2K. We have to do it because of 2K. And back to the women now. Look at, oh man, Juanita slips. Look at Renee here. And Renee with the suplex. Look at Daniel the D. So now back to the men. This is a great main event though. And we've seen some crazy moves here. Especially from the women. And this submission's not going to help, but it's not going to get you the win, but it's definitely, if you can weaken your opponent any way, You can definitely get it. Oh, Reko misses the Superman punch. And look here. Now we're going back to the women. That didn't take long at all. Now Daniel the D going after Reko here. Good kick to the back. How about another kick to the back? Why not? And a Superman punch to the side of the head by Reko Sanchez. Still not enough, though. He's going to have to do more. No points yet. I'm sure the ref will call a dumb knockout. Say, he pulled his leg, knockout. That's the ref's logic. But we have to go with the ref because apparently he's a medical expert now. And Daniel tags in Renee. And uh-oh, look at this. Oh man, look at Daniel the D and Renee here. Oh wow, this is the teamwork that Daniel has with his ladies. And it is, look at this. And that is a point. That is a point for Daniel the D. They're considering that a knockout. So it is 1-0. What a move by him and Renee though. Great job there. And Daniel the D, that was the really great point there. And now we are going back to this one. And all Daniel the D and Renee needs is 1 point. Either one of them can get... Oh, and a big boot there by Reko. And I would call that a legit knockout. I mean, obviously they're going to get back up a couple seconds later. But so it's not a knockout is something I consider 30 seconds down, but that is a legit move that could knock you out. So I will give the ref props for that one. So good job, ref. You did a good job that time. But don't think this means you're getting a promotion, because you have a history of... Oh my goodness, look at this. Juanita has had some really great moves tonight. Here comes Daniel and Reko again. Oh, another kick to the head. And now Daniel the D is bleeding, so Reko's already bleeding. And now Daniel is. And Reko stepping on Daniel's hand. My goodness. Reko's just going after him. You can tell he's frustrated. He's got to be frustrated over the announcement, and they're going to count that as a point. Come on. I don't know how I feel about that. So Reko's got a point now. I've seen worse, so I'm still not very disappointed, but, I mean, he was in the middle of a move there, so it's next fall wins, and it's a point for each person. I always think finishers would be, really good points, maybe signatures, but they called that when Reko put his head into the mat as a point. So, Reko is out himself, sleep over there. So, Juanita's not going to be tagging him anytime soon. And she is, she looks like she was going to go for a dive, but Renee got up. And look at Renee. Oh, missed that time. And Juanita throwing in some punches there. And Reko's back to his post. Juanita continues to throw in punches. And Juanita tags in Reko, so we're back to the men again. And the next fall wins. It's going to be a knockout. And look at Daniel. Look at this. Oh, man. Oh, man. On the barricade. Oh, my goodness. Back first on the barricade. And Daniel the D is not playing tonight. He is motivated. He is motivated because he's with his woman. And also he's motivated because he's got a number one contendership, which he didn't really earn, if you ask me. But whatever. Look here, throwing in some strikes. And back to the women. And look at Renee. Oh, what a move. Oh, Renee's going top rope. Oh, what a connection there. Oh, again, she's going to go again. Oh, my goodness. And it is done. That is a knockout, and I'll call that a legit knockout. Magical Love wins. Daniel the D and Renee win. So what will happen next time? We know Darius is going to retaliate. We know Daniel is on a roll. And what will happen on the next episode? We got one more until the pay-per-view.